Hello everyone, this is Zeeebo and welcome to this Etheria restart video. So in my previous Nico Nana Inferno team itself, a lot of people feedback that, hey, I don't have Lily, hey, I don't have Shadow Sania, why would you make a guide which you don't have this unit? So like I will have to clarify that the Shadow Sania Lily team, even though it's like a very common team that people use, is the most efficient and the highest consistency in terms of the win rate for the amount of investment that you need. Because for the other teams itself, you at least require 2 or 3 of your cores to be at the 6-star for them to survive, to hit harder so that you're able to finish the boss. So right here we have 2 replays, one that is auto friendly from my guildmate and the other one from another player with this unit over here known as Vice. So this unit is currently at 5-star. Usually I think investing in the end unit is not so resource friendly, right? But if you're desperate and you don't have Shadow Sania and you don't have Lily and you want a team to clear through, I think this team over here, pretty valid stuff. So this is the D-Ting carry team. So this team over here has Mio for the turn manipulation to slow down the opponent, has the likes of Claws right here for the debuff from the hacking, so you apply 2 stacks of hacking progress and then you go into either your data merge or your second skill for the additional debuff so that you reduce the damage of the enemy while increasing the damage that they take. And then last but not least, there's also our dear Vice right here with the attack debuff to slow down the opponent's offense and then push them back, and also the passive to give you that additional sustain for the team. So this is a very straightforward D-Ting team with the store as well as the debuff to keep your team alive so that D-Ting can bring down Nico Nana. Okay, so there's another team which features the no Lily team right here. So this is by my guildmate Islandist right here. So this build is by another guildie called Val, right? Val and Cat. So this is the Rosa team. You need your Rosa to be really stacked up. So it is definitely clearable without your Lily as well as Shadow Sania. But if you were to go to the usual carry route, your core units would need sufficient star levels for them to do damage and survive, like I mentioned. So in this case, Rosa is the core, you need her at 6-star. Then you have Dina right here, you need 5 stars to survive. You don't need that much like stats on her, you just need enough effect accuracy so that her debuff can land consistently. And then you have Mio for the turn manipulation as well as Marvel for the turn manipulation. Okay, so without further ado, let's take a look at this one first, because this is a very auto-friendly team according to my guildies. So this team over here is not the fastest, but I think it's pretty consistent as well. So if you guys are wondering whether or not there's a substitute for Mio, like I mentioned, for Mio's case, either you use a turn manipulator or a unit which can actually slow down the offenses of the opponent. So Marvel is already used here. If you don't have Mio, I think the only other better choice would be Lily. I guess another unit you can use is Vice from earlier, because Vice reduces the attack of the Nico Nana side of the battlefield and then also push back Nico Nana's turn. So that was what the other player did from the earlier replay. Not sure whether or not that's auto-friendly, but this is definitely auto-friendly right here. So you can see Nico Nana just keep on getting pushed back and then you just debuffing the boss, and then Rosa going for the kill with the affinity advantage as well as the crazy damage output right here. So yeah, this is basically the run. Yeah, you need Rosa built up, and for the other team you need D-Ting built up. So I think the D-Ting team should be also applicable to this one. So let's say if you don't have Rosa, switching Rosa out for D-Ting, if your D-Ting is very stacked up, should also work as well. So yeah, you have to probably manual that and then manual your D-Ting skill on your Nico Nana in the center. So that will be, I guess, for the auto manual part. And then let's run through the one with Vice right here. Yeah, so this is Akame. So let's run through it. Okay, so same thing. First time, Mio steals the turn, turn manipulate, push all the enemies back, give your units the turn advantage. Okay. And then Vice right here will start with the ultimate with the debuff, attack down, and then pushing Nico Nana back a little bit further, and also giving your team the buff from the second skill. So this is where Claws comes in for the defense debuff as well as the speed down together with the hacking progress right here. So hacking, once you get 3 stack, will reduce the damage output of Nico Nana while increasing the damage that they take. So Claws is an amazing bossing unit if you want to use her. So I guess for Mio, for Marvel, another unit right here will be Claws, and also this Vice over here. So Vice has the attack down with the sustain. So generally what they want to do is to just buy enough time to let your carries jam in damage and then bring the boss down. So I think this should also be relatively free-to-play friendly. I mean, auto-friendly, because I guess on the auto side, you can just target Nico Nana and then Dating skill. Hopefully, the passive keeps on hitting onto Nico Nana and then you just burst her down with your normal attack as well as your ultimate. So that's with regards to the run itself. So it is definitely possible to do this without Shadow Sania as well as Lily, right? But you need investments in your core units as well as obviously your turn manipulator or your sustain unit to buy you enough time for your core to bring her down. So that's pretty much it, just a simple sharing for those of you guys who are angry that you don't have Shadow Sania or Lily and then you think that there's no teams that can clear it. There is, but you need a lot of investments, right? So right now, resource is very scarce, so you have to choose your investments wisely. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'll see you guys again in my next video. Bye guys.